Don't mind me. I'm just okay. Thank you. That's Martin PK on the beat. That's Martin PK playing. Nice guy. Wumi Abe is here. I was just talking with my wife. Release another song now, Wumi. We've not heard from you in a while. We'd love to hear from you soon, Wumi. And Granddaddy Sheyi Shubayo is here. The Yoruba Malam. Good to have you here. This is my public account, my personal profile, right? This is not in Facebook. This is not my FX group. Okay. Yeah, I'm have a sugar rush, and this is what I do. So I went to bed without taking water last night, and kind of hangover a little, and I get hyperactive. So that's why I'm here. But first, a message from our sponsors. Yeah, a message from our sponsors. You see this bag, you see it standing there. I'm using the tool. Let me show you. The tool is called the Nuke. That's the stand. It's a very portable stand. You can use it to hold your bike upright safely. It holds it safely. It's very strong and it can never fall. It's called the Nuke. The bike Nuke. It's available on Amazon, and I'll drop the link in a bit. It's a great tool to have if you have a bicycle in your house, and it's very, very good. And if you buy it, I'll make some money from it. So that's it. That's the end of our brief commercial. I like to make money from everything, right? So I want to talk today about. I've been thinking of. I just like being in your face, first of all, okay, and I like being in your faces and to say my things, because the internet is a great place, and we have so many idiots saying all kind of things online. So I feel if I think I know one or two things that are correct, I think I should say it too, because you find people coming to work on live streams and all kind of things. So I want to make this consistent, probably every day or every other day, come and share some truth. So I got this message from someone on WhatsApp this morning, and he was asking me about. I'm looking for the comment. He was asking. He said it's a guy, and I actually told him I was going to talk about this on my timeline, on a Facebook Live, talking about the fear. I discovered he's not the only one who has that fear. I have a lot of people who have said something similar to me. Oops. I have a number of people who have asked me similar questions in the past, about. They've asked me similar questions in the past about their fears. Good. Their fears. The fear of, and he comes to me saying, I'm afraid. I'm actually afraid of getting married. It was a voice note he sent to me, and it was rather long, and he talked about everything. He's actually watching this right now. I told him I was going to talk about. I addressed it. Then I said something that I think people should address: the fear of marriage. The fear of marriage, and he said he's in his 30s, and he says, "Waju, I have to confess, I'm actually afraid of getting married. Good-looking guy, handsome, as we like to say, handsome, all the looks, the height and everything, and he's got money too." And he says, "I'm afraid of marriage." And he goes on to explain why he's afraid of marriage, growing up and stuff, and irresponsible dad, mom fighting it alone, all this while dad don't care and stuff. And he says, "Look, I'm scared of marriage," and he's in a relationship, but he's scared of marriage. So I decided, okay, let's come out today and let's talk about the fear of marriage. if you're single and you're watching this and you have the fear, just do like this. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's okay to admit it if you are scared of marriage. And because it was a voice note, and I didn't have my earpiece on, so I just played it, and my wife was listening. I was like, "Ooh, who's this?" I just, it's a friend. Okay. So actually, I'm afraid of marriage too. We're all afraid. Even those in marriage, we're all afraid of marriage. Like, oh shit, we don't know when the next mayhem is going to go down and stuff. You know, the point is, a lot of people are afraid of marriage, whether you admit it or not. I remember when I was getting married. Okay, the first time I got married, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid, you know, and of course, it didn't last. And that's the first lesson, you know. Everything has a potential. There's a possibility of failure in everything that you do, you know. And I wasn't afraid. But the second time, I was actually afraid. Not even for all the other reasons. My family didn't even want my wife. They didn't want me to get married to her. No single family attended my wedding, as a matter of fact. But for me, I was afraid because of my bad experiences. You know, I was like, I remember I had some money that someone paid to me, then the client paid to me. It was during the election period, and I was doing bulk SMS campaigns, and someone sent me some money, and then I was about to send it to my wife, and I was thinking, this money, if I put into my business, will I not be better off like this, putting instead of getting married, you know? So the point is, there comes that time. I think it's actually a good thing to experience, to feel, you know, cautious, to afraid, kind of getting married, and that's what he told me. Like, because of the things he had seen, the things you see on social media, the things you personally experienced, people are afraid of getting married, and you may not admit it if you're single. But I will tell you that, you know, every day I wake up like, hope this is not the day I get to have that nasty argument with my wife. Because, funny enough, for some of us, I'm married to a very smart woman. You know, she's the ambassador of feminists, but, you know, we keep it together. The interesting thing about getting married to a smart person is that she's not going to be just someone you just order around and, you know, stuff. So we tend to argue a lot. And just yesterday, I was I was talking to her. I was like, hey, we're not arguing today. Come on, let's make love. Everything, we're not arguing now. Let's make the best of this moment while we're not arguing. You know, we argue a lot, but we're like that. And then when we're not arguing, it's always exciting and love, you know, great. It's beautiful. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And really, it's not something to be afraid of. But the truth is, a lot of people are afraid these days, and most of these so-called feminists that you see out there who are single in their 30s and 40s and saying a marriage is not by force, it's a lie. You're scared, that's why. If they will admit it to themselves, the truth is that they are scared of marriage. I never consider myself a marriage expert. It's a discovery for me, because I approach life as a child. The truth is, my marriage is 4 years old. 4 years? Yeah, 4 years plus. 4 years and some months. My marriage is 4 years old. My marriage is a baby. And if we approach it like that look, the first few years are going to suck, because you've never been there before. You've never been married before. Maybe if you're married for 40 years and then you get married again, maybe it will be better. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, but my approach has always been that, look, even as a parent, I don't, recently I was talking, like, my daughter is 3 years old. My son was taken from me when he was 1. So I don't have any experience at parenting. I'm a baby parent. So I don't approach it like I'm an expert at anything. I'm a baby parent. I have just 3 years experience of parenting, which have been wonderful, but I'm a baby parent. I do a lot of my research. I read it when my daughter is being naughty and all that. I go online, I make my research. I'm a baby parent. The same way I'm a baby husband. So I allow myself to pull my pants, to shit my pants. I allow myself to mess up. I have the right to mess up. I have the right to be clumsy, to make mistakes. We will not get it right yet. And my perspective of marriage has always been that, look, especially when you marry to a smart woman, don't marry an idiot. You won't enjoy it. She may always say yes to everything you want to do. She may never argue with you, but you won't enjoy it because there's no excitement in it. I mean, oh, come on. So if you're married to a smart woman, you will always have the, friction and all that, arguments and stuff. And the thing is, it's going to suck at first. It's going to suck at first. No matter how much you come online and show our pictures, we have our nasty moments like shit. Oh shit. Oh! So, what am I saying? Yeah, in the world we are in today, based on the news that we consume, most especially, people are scared. And a lot of people saying out there, it's not by force to marry, blah, blah. You are fucking liars. They're liars. You are scared. That's why. You cannot trust yourself in the hands of another person. And that's the truth. So you're scared. You are not being bold. You're scared. Most people are scared. But guess what? You don't have to own the fear. And that's what I told my friend. You don't have to own the fear. Like, I hope I never have to argue with my wife again. I hope we never have to have I hope. So every day I wake up, I hope we don't have to argue. And the more we argue, though, the more I get to learn how to avoid it, how to preempt it and prevent it eventually, stuff like that. So it's a learning phase. But above all, you see, the thing about fear, if you're afraid of marriage, this is what I told this guy. I said, look, pay attention here. I said, marriage is ordained of God. It's the plan of God for mankind. Marriage is the plan of God for mankind, which means it is intended to succeed. There is grace to succeed. It is intended to succeed. So you have no reason being afraid because it is intended, it is designed to succeed. It is for your benefit. So you have no reason to be afraid. Now, if you don't accept these things I'm saying, you're going to end up a miserable person. You're not going to be married. You're going to hate yourself and then bitter and be among those people who are saying marriage is not by force. People who say that are afraid of marriage. There is no argument against marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Okay? Marriage is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And most people are afraid of it. And they shouldn't be. They should not be afraid. Now, if you're afraid, just as it is intended a marriage is intended to work, it's a plan of God, it is intended to be a blessing, it's intended to help you, it's intended to promote you. A man who finds a wife, who finds a good thing, obtains favor from God and all that. Likewise, because it is of God, there is also an enemy who is against it. So I don't care if you were born by Angel Mary, the coitus of Angel Mary and Angel Michael, or whatever. There are no female angels. I don't care who raised you. Benny Hinn and Catherine Coleman together. It doesn't matter. You will have challenges in your marriage. You will have disagreements. You're going to feel, oh shit. You will experience that. But more importantly, no matter who you are, the devil will always attack your marriage. The devil hates unity, especially of righteous people, of good people. I don't care, male angel, I'm just making a point, okay? It doesn't matter who you are, the devil is going to attack your marriage. So expect it to happen. And don't be surprised when it happens. And don't feel like, oh, I made a mistake. I should never have gotten married. I tell people, look, if I knew what I knew, then I would never have had a broken marriage, because I believe that you guys, especially if you marry a smart person, you're going to have issues until you get old and tired of fighting. That is when marriage starts to be beautiful. You get tired. Okay, I know him. He farts. He belches. He snores or whatever. The journey is to gain near perfect knowledge of your partner. So you can anticipate, oh, I know, I'm not surprised. Oh, he's fucking around. Oh, tell me another story. You know, I'm just saying, marriage is intended to succeed, but the devil is going to fight it. So the fact that you're afraid of marriage is nothing special. Whether you're afraid or not, the devil will attack your marriage. You will have challenges. Especially the first 10 years. I don't know. I'm just 4 years old in marriage. But you're going to face these things. So there's nothing special about being afraid of marriage. There's nothing special. Yes, you are going to be attacked. Your marriage will face attacks. Arguments will spring up from nowhere. Stuff is going to happen. You know, two people from different backgrounds. It's going to happen. So, you are saying you're scared of marriage is normal, but you need to also understand, and this is what I told this person who came to me, you need to also understand that your fear can harm you, because fear is like a prophecy. Embracing, owning fear, everybody feels it, but how you respond to it, do you accept it, do you embrace it, do you own it? If you own the fear and identify with the fear and express the fear consistently, you are calling things which be not into existence. You are attracting the things that you are afraid of. You are going to be attracting them into your life. So if you enter marriage afraid of marriage, if you are afraid of marriage, you are most likely going to have a bad marriage. Because every time you argue, you're going to be like, oh shit, and I thought about it too. That's the devil, it's not you. So the thing I was greatly afraid of has befallen me. Someone said that. It was Job in the book of Job chapter 3. He says, the thing I was afraid of happened to me. So if you are afraid, it is more likely going to happen to you. And more importantly, fear is a cancer. If you have a fear in one area, you have a fear of spiders, you're going to discover the fear is going to try and manifest in other areas of your life. So for someone who is afraid of marriage, you are most likely, something that is intended to succeed by God, you are afraid of it. You are most likely going to be afraid of wealth. You are most likely going to become, over time, the fear will spread to other areas of your life. You're going to become afraid of success. You're going to become afraid of wealth. You're going to be afraid of other things, all the good things that are designed, that are supposed and intended by God to happen in your life. Because if you are afraid of marriage, which is a good thing, you are going to be afraid of success. You are going to be afraid, they're going to be afraid of health, of being in good health. A lot of people are afraid of success. They are afraid of wealth because they'll be like, Jesus, people are going to come and start begging me. So many people are going to be dependent on me. And that is one reason why a lot of people are actually broke today and will probably die poor, because they don't want people to come and depend on them. So they rather just remain insolvent. They rather stay poor. They don't want the pressure. Some people don't want to be rich because, shit, when people attack rich people, no, they're going to attack me too. Let me just stay small. So the fear is not to your advantage. Fear, a lot of people say, oh, I know, I'm afraid now. Is it not normal to be afraid? No. It is not normal, bros. It's not normal. It's not healthy. It's not safe. It's not to your advantage to be afraid. So, what do you do to fear? You go in the opposite direction of the fear. If you have a fear of, you're afraid of marriage, bros, go and get married, Jerry. They're demand. They're no rich. Go and get married. Get married. You will fix it. You are supposed, you are empowered to succeed at anything you do. So that's how I approach it personally. I approach it with the mindset of I'm supposed to succeed at anything I do. That's why some of us don't fuck around, because you might succeed at it. You may have we don't fuck around. Anything I do, I succeed at it. Anything you do, you are supposed to succeed at it. But you cannot succeed afraid. You cannot succeed afraid. So In the meantime, you want to always address your fears. You want to always aggressively address those fears with your mouth. When you feel the fear pass through you and you feel, that's what I like to call it, the cold hand of fear grab your heart in 3D. Like, the Ice King in Game of Thrones grips your heart. If you want to see me inbox after this, please, we need to have a discussion. Yeah, head. So see me. The cold hand of fear grips your chest. Whoo, like that. You know what to do? You address it back in words. You say, oh, I'm going to fail. No, I'm going to succeed. Oh, this is not going to work. Oh, it's going to work. You must always address your fear. And that's what I want to pass across to you. This is supposed to title The Future of Marriage. You are going to encounter... Fear is the devil's first pass at you. If you are not afraid, nothing can happen to you. The first pass, the first way the devil toasts you is with fear. Once he starts with fear. And with fear, he brings in all the other things. So you must always watch out for that fear. Watch out for the fear. Oh, no one is going to want to marry me. Oh, really? Oh, man, I'm so desirable. I'm going to say, once you experience that fear, immediately respond to it. Immediately. Never, ever let fear settle in your mind. That's why today, you find a lot of people are scared by nature. They say, I worry a lot. Are you not a human being? Shouldn't you worry? Is it not normal to worry? No, bros. Address it. Immediately it comes into your mind. Address it. Immediately. Never let fear settle in your mind. Like, you have to train yourself. It's going to take a while for you to train yourself to the point that you become allergic to it. The moment that you can detect it a mile away, once you know how the fear comes, if you start to observe yourself, you will see how the fear comes into your mind with question. It starts with a question. Immediately it comes, open your mouth and address it. No. Immediately the fear comes. Once it's coming and you feel the cold coming to your heart or the questions coming, never let fear settle in your mind. Because human beings are habit magnets. The moment it becomes your habit, you are going to it's going to seem so natural to you that you think that's how you were born. You're going to think that's how you were born. Just like, a lot of things. People who fail a lot and take it personal, they're going to think, oh, I'm such a failure. There are people who actually say that, oh, I'm such a failure, Don't worry about me. I'm so timid. No. It starts with questions. Yeah. Immediately it starts in your heart. So you're afraid of marriage. How can you be afraid? It's actually a stupid thing to be afraid of. Like, if you really know who you are, if you know who you are, you know your God, they shall be strong. Those who know their God shall be strong, do exploits. How can you fail? I cannot fail. My marriage is a success. My marriage is great. My marriage is a role model for the coming generation. My marriage is an example. My marriage is an inspiration. You start talking. Immediately you experience this fear coming to your mind. Immediately you start addressing it. Never let that question settle to the point when you accept that question, when the fear comes to the question, hey, isn't that like this a good day? You know how you accept it? When you now say, the fear has settled. The seed is sown. The seed is sown. The question, the acceptance, oh wow. You don't get, you be that. So never let that happen to you. The moment those questions come, you have to. This is your life. This is all you have. You have nothing. You will have nothing. The most important thing you have is your life. So you have to guard it. He said, guard your heart with all your might. Guard your heart. Guard it. Once this thing is coming like that, you no. I'm going to have a great marriage. My life is beautiful. I'm an inspiration. I'm a great parent. Sometimes the fear comes, hey, am I not feeling as a parent like this? No, no, no. Never let those things settle in your mind. So it's not just about marriage. It's about life, the fear of life, the fear of these things. Please share this video if you're watching, if you're enjoying this. Share it. If you think someone should see it, tag them in the comments, but share it. I think it should be a blessing to people. Don't let yourself end up like that, like all those people out there on Twitter who are saying hey, marriage is not by force. They are all scared of marriage, that's why. So they are technically failures. They are technically failures who have now made a religion out of their fear. They have made a religion out of it. They now have followers who believe that marriage is nothing. They don't believe in marriage because they've seen so many failures. Why is it you? Is that your destiny? It's the same thing with business. People be like, oh, business is too hard, Jerry. I don't want to do business. It's too tough. Look at how they're attacking YG. Look at all these things. Well, let me just stay my small life. Must you fail? Must you fail? Hell no. Must you fail? Must you be the one that will fail? So because of other people's failures, you assume you are now afraid that you too are going to fail. That's why you need to be careful. Another thing you want to do is be careful. I don't stay around bad news. I'm sorry. That's why you rarely see me saying sorry to people or stuff like that. About people who are complaining or ranting about their sad stories in life. And then people go there and form pity party with them. No. You are programming yourself for it. Because now let me tell you a secret. This is something that I use in marketing a lot. Your mind is a womb, it's a fertilizer. When I was younger, I was going to school in Lagos from Ekiti on the road, and then sometimes people say, that's a dead body. For some reason, I never used to see dead bodies on the road, but people will see it. But somehow I would not be in the right place to see it. And I was like, because I talk to God a lot, like I ask him all kinds of questions. God, wait, why am I so unlucky that I'm not seeing dead bodies? Everybody is seeing it. Didn't you see it? I didn't see it. Really, I didn't see it. And God said, don't see it. It's to your advantage that you don't see it. Look, the more you see all these dead bodies, the more you watch, you go to all these posts about graphic image, accident kills 4. This is. It's a story. And the way human beings perceive stories is that we perceive stories in first person. Please don't miss this. Don't miss this. We perceive stories in first person. If I'm telling you a story, if a lady is telling another lady a story of how she was drugged and raped, the person she's telling is going to be seeing herself doing it. You are listening to me telling you a story of something that happened to me, but you are perceiving it in yourself. So you are actually, I'm taking you on the journey. You are the one in your mind is happening to you. And the more you encounter these things, the more you begin to believe it is you, because you listen to sad stories. But you are experiencing the sad story in person. That is why people cry when they hear sad stories. When you watch a movie, a sad movie, that's why you cry. That's why you are moved. Because you experience it in first person. Please don't miss this point. You experience it in first person. That's why I don't listen to bad news or people who are ranting on Facebook about complaining about somebody's problem and they start coming. There's a lady that was having a meltdown yesterday. I had to just be very rude and blunt with her. Like, you are going to destroy yourself. This is not what's your business? Why are you losing it over it? It's sad news, so you are spreading it. You are experiencing this sad news. You are going to attract sad news into your life because you are experiencing it in person. Your mind is being inseminated with negativity. You are deep will always call onto deep. It is going to happen to if you are always consuming negative news, you are going to attract negativity into your life. A lot of the miserable people we see online brought it on themselves. I promise you that. Shit doesn't happen. Shit is called. Shit doesn't happen. Shit is called. You are consuming. Oh, that one cheated on her husband. That one cheated on his wife. That one broke her heart. Men are dogs. Oh, men are useless. Men are that. You are consuming all this negativity. I promise you, you are not going to find a good man. And the same goes for men. You are consuming. Oh, women are trash. Women are this. Women are this. Oh, this is negative. Oh, yeah. Women are betrayers. And you contribute to it and engage in it. Every time you listen to a sad story about marriage, you are experiencing it as if it happened to you. Until your mind is mature, and then you get married, and then the same fucking shit happens to you too. So, back up a little. It's normal to be afraid, to feel fear. Okay? But you must address it, or else it will happen to you. Never let the fear settle. Number 2, stop consuming all this shitty news. Stop going from blog to blog to listening. Stop going from blog to blog, listening to negative gossip. You are poisoning your soul. Pastor Wilson gave head. Then very soon you will not be able to trust your pastor. You will start suspecting your pastor. Then you will not be able to receive a miracle from your pastor. Pastors are thieves. They take money. The day you need a miracle, you have perfected your life for barrenness of the supernatural, because you have blocked that part. Your mind is now trained. It's like, like someone who is always walking barefoot. Then the foot is now hard, calloused, right? The soles of the feet are now hard. You see that a lot in the northern Nigeria. It's now hard. Or someone who is always using their hands for hard things. Then they can carry fire from like in my boarding school, there are people at the schools, they will carry firebrand from fire with their bare hands. It's so hard, they can't feel anything again. The same way, when you are listening to negativity, you make your mind impervious to the supernatural. You cannot conceive the fact of a miracle. I was talking to one guy at the bar yesterday. I preach Jesus everywhere. I was talking to it's hard to talk to Americans because like they don't have problems. I said that's the biggest problem you guys have, is that you don't have problems. The government does almost everything for you. But until you now face a terminal disease, then you won't even know that you need God. You just accept. They give you 6 months to live and you start saying goodbye like a fool. When there is a God, is there no prophet in Israel? Is there no God? Their minds have been prepared for the ultimate defeat. So don't let that happen to you. Preserve your heart. No. Just avoid negativity. Don't stay around it. Because the day you need a miracle, you're not going to be able to receive it because you are so full of negative shit. And a lot of people online do that. So this broadcast was about a friend of mine who sent me a message about I'm afraid of marriage. My dad has been an irresponsible man. It's hard, it's painful. I know that's why a lot of marriages break today, because we have no role models, But notwithstanding, marriage is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a fight to win. Your marriage, the success of your marriage is going to be an active fight. You are going to say, no, I'm not going to work out. When my wife and I have an argument, last time we had a very serious argument, I was like, look, I don't care how many times we argue. Let's just make up. It's okay for us to argue and get, no matter how the argument gets, let's just decide that no matter how it gets, that was our first point. No matter how we argue, we will always settle. That's number one. Now, as we have grown 4 years now, I said, okay, let us start looking for how to preempt these arguments. It's simple. Are there benefits to this marriage? Absolutely. So let's make it work. That means we can give them permission to get mad, give her permission to lose her shit, and give me permission to lose my shit. Yes. And then just know you are coming back home. No, you are coming back to settle. Okay, you don't talk for 2 days, fine. Then it gets better. You don't talk for 1 day, fine. Then a few hours, it gets better. That's how, until eventually, maybe 10, 20 years down the line, you're, don't worry, he'll come back home. You now understand each other and have perfect knowledge. So guys, marriage is designed to work. Don't be afraid. Don't entertain the fear. Don't entertain the fears. Marriage is designed to work by God. You will be attacked, you will have challenges, but don't entertain the fears of failure. No. Just remind yourself of God's plan. Fuck the devil, right? It's designed, it's going to work. My marriage is blessed. Always remind yourself, reject those negative thoughts. My marriage is blessed. Beautiful. No matter what, my marriage is blessed. Talk. Always reject those negative thoughts. Always address it. Don't let it settle to the point you're not you're not listening to someone's story. You're not afraid of for your own. Someone says, oh, the husband was cheating after all these years. Then you're not be like, oh, hey, what if this guy is cheating? Then you start searching. You've started looking for trouble. You are bringing the trouble into yourself. So don't entertain the fears. And don't stop consuming the bad news people spew around. What if it should be empathy? You should show empathy. Empathy that will kill you. Is that empathy? Please. If your bad news is going to poison my mind about my own life, about the prospects in the future, I'm not going to listen to you. I will not listen to you. I don't care if they killed your whole family. Something happened in my Forex class. Some people made some mistakes and they lost money, and then I was like, get over it and move on. And they were like, no, you should show some empathy. I can't show you empathy. I don't want to walk in your shoes. I refuse to walk in your shoes. You get out of that place. I'm not going to meet you there and sit with you. Get out of that place. I cannot show you empathy at the risk of my own sanity. A lot of people are trying to be empathetic and then they now poison their own minds in that process. I read this story. It was online about 2 months ago. The lead counselor in a suicide counseling institution committed suicide because the shit got to him. I'm not going to come to you. So get your shit together, guys. You are supposed to succeed. You are designed to succeed. You are created to excel. No matter what you are hearing, darkness shall cover the edge, but light is risen upon you. 1,000 will fall at your side, 10,000 to your right, and it shall not come near you. So don't say because people are failing in marriage or in business or people are dying on the road, then it might happen. Stop, because you only think like that because you are consuming all that negative news. Stop consuming the negative news. Stop consuming the sad stories of these other losers. Stop stories. Stop it. Because it is going to fertilize, inseminate your mind with the potential for failure. And you're going to see the possibility of failure. And once you see the possibility of failure clearly enough, you will fail. Stop accepting the thoughts, the questions of the devil. Reject them immediately with positive. If it tells you you're going to die, say, I live. I am life myself. I'm full of life. I am life myself. I give life. I can't lose life. I can't lose my life. I'm a life giver. I have enough abundant life to give other people. I can't die. Immediately answer back. You're going to catch Ebola too. No. I'm a healer. I'm different. Respond to fear immediately. That's number one. Number two, stop consuming negative news. And you will have a great life. You'll have a great marriage or great anything that you want to have in your life. Thank you for watching. I believe in you. Don't fail. If you fail, it was you that brought it into your life. Thank you for watching.